everybody, and welcome back to another On The Table video, guys. So, what are we going to be doing on this episode? Well, we're going to be looking at some more progress on my Adeptus Mechanicus stuff. Made quite a bit of considerable progress since you last tuned in. And, yeah, I've actually done something that I've sneaked under the radar a little bit, but more on that in just a minute. And what we're first going to be looking at is my Tech Priest, my Belisarius Call stand-in. He's now pretty much done, like mostly painted, maybe a few little touch-ups, if I can be bothered to. A lot of these things are if I can be bothered to, guys. I do apologise. Sorry. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a horrendous cold. There's a lot of it going around this time of year. But anyway, guys, let's look at this cheeky chappy right here. You might notice that he's been based, although I have not painted the rim. That, my friend, is out of pure, unadulterated laziness, but it will be painted before he goes on the table. Let's just quickly look at this base, actually. This is probably one of the... I mean, I don't normally pay much attention to bases, but I added some little skulls and some little tufts on this. The tufts are supplied by Luke's APS, and the actual glue I used for it as well is a really, really good glue that Luke sells. I don't actually have it to hand. No, I do. I'm lying. I'm lying to you guys, but I can't reach it. It's behind. It's behind here. Come here. Oh, come here, you cunt. There we go. There we go. So yeah, Luke's APS, he sells this really amazing fast-drying basing glue. It's awesome. It's, what do you say? It's a silicon-based glue or something like that. So oh, I've left the top open as well. That's not going to do it much good. Whoopsies. So it gets very, very tacky very, very quickly. It's just a great glue. Seriously, this goes a long way as well. I've had it for quite a while. Done a lot of basing with it, and yeah, it's barely, I think it's like full up to here pretty much. But no, fuck. I just knocked fucking Belisarius Core with that. Anything broken? Nope, good. I'm going to move this out of the way. Today has been a fucking shit show, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a horrible morning. I've dropped everything. I've broken stuff. I've like dropped a bin all over the fucking floor in the kitchen. Just, you know, when you have one of those days where you should just go back to bed. Today is one of those days. But I have work later, so maybe we'll see if I can cut my fucking hand off under the timber saw. We'll find out, won't we, guys? But yeah, so this is my Belisarius Call stand-in. Really, really, I was really happy with it. I was kind of dreading painting this guy, mainly because of how flipping detailed he was and just the awkwardness of the model itself. So, I can't really say much apart from it's just my standard Mechanicus colour scheme. There was nothing really tricky about it. The trickiest thing, I think, in the whole thing was actually getting the green to be any good, because I think I used the fucking balls, I don't have it to hand. I used the Vallejo neon colours for that, but I think that the colours have gone off. I think the shelf life of them must be not very long, because I shook it for ages and ages, and it just didn't go as bright as it normally would. I mean, it's still pretty decent, you know, I'm not going to lie. You know, it's a nice little contrast from the rest of the model, and it just adds a little something extra to draw your eye with. I think I'm probably going to go... Where's my pointing? Where's my pointing stick? There's my pointing stick. So, I think I'm going to go in, and I'm going to do some more on his actual eyes, because I think... I mean, I can't see from where I'm sitting on my on the moment. Let me try and zoom in with the camera. I think this eye here on the left is an actual human eye, and I think this is like a robo eye. So I might do that in red, and then I might try and get in there and do some detailing on that. That's pretty much it. Some of you guys were asking where his little spider servo skull friend is as well on the last video where you saw him in, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know. Straight up, don't know. He's somewhere on this desk. I think I was trying to like give it a little bit of a tidy up, just because again it reached a really, really quick state of critical mass this time, and I think I put it somewhere, and I don't know where I've put it. It's definitely on this desk somewhere, and as soon as I find it, guys, I will let you know, and I will show you what I do with that. Another thing I might do, I might go in with some copper on these back sections here, so I might I might go in and do like this, this, and this, a copper colour, just to make it stand out from the actual thing, because these are very much separate looking constructs coming out of his back carapace here. I was thinking of maybe trying to do like a bit of object source lighting here, but I feel that it probably would detract from the actual miniature, because there's only one spot of object source lighting, and normally something like that, something as insignificant as a little back section here, isn't really going to have anything that wants to draw your eye to. If anything, you want your object source lighting to be like his staff or something, but the staff of the Omnisci there, or whatever it's called, doesn't really look like it could have anything glowing on it. Speaking of which, I fucking love this staff. Just look how fucking epic it is. It really looks like a combination between a tool and a weapon. It just looks ace. I absolutely love the way this staff power axe looks. It just looks ace all the way down. I've even done some nice weathering effects on the actual handle as well, using the rare and very, very, very hard to find now chestnut ink. Ooh, guys. Ooh, that's right. I've still got some chestnut ink knocking about. But anyway, I digress. What else have I been up to? Well, guys, well. If you have been following the Instagram, you will have some sneak peeks, and I believe so, on the Facebook group as well. I might have put a sneak peek on there also. Basically, guys, I had a spare Imperial Knight lying around after my nightly house build project that I did, that I gone done did. And yeah, I was looking for ages, and I kind of wanted another Mechanicus Knight. I've got that Dark Mechanicum one that I had with the crazy tentacle Mechandrite hand, but I was like, it doesn't really fit with my like loyalist Mechanicum forces. I know that I've tried kind of. The flavour of my army is kind of interchangeable between whether it is real Mechanicum or Dark Mechanicum, but I wanted something that was just a little bit different, and one of the things that I fucking love, guys, is the Forge World Knights. Not the big, tall, was it Acastus ones? I like the Questor Mechanicus ones, the ones that I'll use a regular Imperial Knight plastic chassis. So, I managed to pick up a conversion kit online, and this is what I came up with. As you can see already, in the shot you can see the glorious cog leg armour moving up. You can see him in his full glory. I'm going to have to move the camera back or move him further away and move the camera up so you guys can get him all in shot. Yeah, this was a lovely, lovely model to build. And again, I was somewhat dreading it a little bit, mainly because of the carapace. Basically, in the conversion kit, the carapace is one solid resin piece, and these shoulder pads are as well. And one of the things that I always find really tedious about Knights, and it's probably the only downside I find to painting them, is all the filigree and the actual edges and stuff. It's just a pain to do. But I did it, and I think I did it look. I did some justice. I made it look pretty good. There is a slight conversion on this as well. This thing's supposed to have some kind of. It's got a crazy. Invulnerable save shield. It basically has a 4-up invuln against shooting and a 5-up invuln in close combat, which is pretty cool. But the shield emitter that it has doesn't look very Mechanicum, so I replaced it with this Mechanicum part I had here. This is from the, I think it's the Sector, is it Sector Mechanicus? It's definitely not the Manufactor. I think it's one of the Sector Mechanicus kits that I had spare lying around. And it just looks like a shield emitter. It looks like a radar dish. Plus, it adds a little bit of extra detail with the skull and the little red lens and things, and just adds a little bit of extra colour. Wowzers! Look how bright that fucking eye is. This is multiple layers of the Vallejo glowing paint that I think might have gone off, but it's scorpion green with a dot of white in the middle, and then that other one around there to look like this bit is like the focal point for it. But yeah, really, really cool. I was going to give it the other knight head, but I thought, you know what, it would be a waste not to have the actual Mechanicus head on here. But moving, oh shit, just nudge my light a little bit. But yeah, moving on to some of the stuff. I have to raise my camera up just a little touch if I can. Can I raise it up? I think my lighting setup is in the way. Hold on. Yes, there we go. So, some of the other stuff that I've did on this is some extra weathering on it. I went in and did a little bit more weathering than I normally would do. We've got some of the some of the oil effects that I do. Now I've run that down, kind of like to make it look really dirty yet functional. But I've also kind of tried to give it some rust effects as well to make it look like it's been in the wars a little bit. You know, some light rusting around some of these ports and things. You know, where metal's going to be interchanged. We've got a slight, again, I didn't want to make it too stand out. We've got a slight heat bluing effect here, and we got like some dirty smoke stain. Then we go from a slight blue into a purple into a sepia on the smokestacks of it. Moving around, you also might notice there's actually a little bit, this differs slightly from the actual Mechanicus model, in the fact that I don't have this crazy, there's like a big power cable that goes from the back here and it couples to this section here. I didn't want that because I wanted to have this freely movable, and I also wanted to have it so that I could magnetize it, and that just wouldn't happen. I thought maybe magnetizing that part, but then I thought, you know what, it's just going to get lost, so I thought I'll leave that. Moving it around, we've got again some more weathering down here, some rust and some oil and different engine effects and stuff. Well, it's beautiful Mechanicum claw here, which is really good. It has a rad cleanser as well integrated into it, which is a really nice flamer weapon that the Mechanicum have. It's just a really cool model. Now I did have a slight issue when I made this chap, and it was basically I lost an arm for it, and it was this arm here. So what I had to do, basically, this section here is if you lose one. Or, like I did, use it on another model, it's very hard to find replacements of this. You know, you have to go to, like, get it 3D printed, in that case it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, or you're going to have to, like, try and find it on bit size, which, again, is very difficult, because it uses its own assembly, like, for the actual gun. So this is actually standard Imperial Knight stuff, so I had to go back into my knightly house, which is in its box. I had to remove one of the spare weapon arms that I had, because I thought, you know what, I only really tend to run two layouts of an Imperial Knight, and the spare one I can probably get rid of, you know, get away with not having. So I had to reuse that, but again, both the arms are indeed magnetized. Let's just have a look at my magnetization, because I do get asked this quite often in how I magnetize miniatures. First and foremost, guys, I use these big, thick neodymium magnets here like this, and they're very strong. You know, magnets. They're not weak at all. You know, you can get away with magnetizing a lot with this, but for bigger parts, these are better. For small stuff, I think it's like 1 mil or half mil diameter neodymiums. But so, for example, on this knight here, let me just try and open it up. So I use literally a magnet with, that's an epoxy, let's just zoom in a little bit there. So that's a magnet with epoxy glue underneath there, like that. And that holds it in very fast. Epoxy's great for holding stuff in, and it's also great for shock absorption as well. When you use super glue to glue magnets onto a flat surface, the shock of the magnet hitting the other magnet as it couples together can be enough to break the bond of super glue. Whereas this is a resin-based glue epoxy, so it has a kind of, almost like a rubbery kind of feel, a rubbery element to it, and that helps absorb some of the shock. But then, in this bit, I literally fill the arm socket with green stuff and push the magnet in. And then I do it after I've glued there, because as you'll see, it leaves a mound of glue around it. And then what I do, I use a bit of lubricant on there, after the magnet's gone in, and then I sink it down into the actual recess so that it keys itself, and it allows that raised area inside to be pressed into the green stuff. Therefore, it doesn't have any kind of wobble or anything like that. Very good. I enjoy magnetizing stuff. And then, as you can see, I've not based this guy yet. Basing it in the same ilk as my other stuff. I just need to put some of the basing material on, and then lots of lovely skulls and things. But yeah, guys, tell me, what do you think? What do you think of my Belisarius Call stand-in and my Mechanicum Questor Mechanicus Knight? Is it a Knight Magera? It's definitely not a Knight Styrix. I think it's a Knight Magera, that's what it is, or Magera, however you want to say it. What do you think of these two guys? Let me know in the comments in the doobly-doo down below. Also, guys, I want to know, what's your favourite type of knight? Leave that in the comment section in the doobly-doo down below as well. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys again. Thank you very much. See you now, and goodbye.